React podcast, where we react to everything and anything.
That's right.
And today, we're going on a deep dive, a fascinating one, into Nirvana's Rape Me.
Oh, controversial.
It is controversial, very much so.
Yeah.
But we're going to unpack everything about it, the history, the lyrics, all that good stuff.
Let's do it.
So, when you think of Nirvana, what song comes to mind?
Probably smells like Teen Spirit, right? For most people.
Yeah, that's their hit, but this is a whole different beast.
Big cut, deep cut.
And, it really demands attention.
It does, right from the title.
Right from the title. And that's what Kurt Cobain wanted, right?
Yeah, he wanted to confront listeners, make them think about sexual violence.
Make them uncomfortable.
Exactly.
And you've got to remember the time period. This is the early 90s.
Grunge is exploding.
Grunge is exploding, yeah.
And this rawness and emotional honesty challenging the status quo.
And Nirvana was at the forefront.
Oh, absolutely.
They were leading the charge. And this song in particular, it kind of came out when conversations about sexual assault were entering the mainstream.
Like with the Anita Hill hearings, right?
Yeah.
That was 1991.
1991, yeah, putting sexual harassment on the map.
Yeah, on the national stage. And the term date rape was becoming a thing.
Right, it was becoming part of the public conversation.
So Rape Me landed at just the right time, this cultural moment that was ready for these conversations.
Right for it.
Yeah, to challenge those norms.
It's like Cobain took all this frustration and anger, channeled it into this song. Visceral. Yeah, but here's a fun fact. The song actually predates Nevermind.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, written in 1991.
Wow.
Early performances. They had a guitar solo where the bridge is now.
Interesting.
And even then, the title alone caused problems.
1992, MTV tried to block them from playing it at the Video Music Awards.
The VMAs?
They were afraid it would seem like they were condoning rape.
Right, completely missing the point.
Yeah.
But Cobain, defiant artist that he was,
starts playing Rape Me anyway.
Yeah.
Switches to Lithium, but still.
He knew the song was powerful.
He wasn't backing down.
Not at all.
Even with censorship.
And speaking of powerful, there's that early studio recording of Rape Me with Cobain's daughter,
Frances Bean,
crying in the background.
It's haunting.
It is. It's on with the Lights Out box set, years later.
Oh, wow.
But let's get into the lyrics. I mean, Rape Me, it's pretty direct.
Yeah, you can't misinterpret that title.
No, and that was intentional.
He wanted the meaning clear.
Crystal clear.
Confront the issue head on.
But the lyrics themselves, they actually offer a more nuanced perspective.
It's not just shock value. There's depth there.
It's written from the victim's perspective.
Not the perpetrators.
And Cobain explained this in an interview in Spin magazine.
He did.
He said it's like the victim is saying, and I quote, "Rape me, go ahead, rape me, beat me, you'll never kill me. I'll survive this, and I'm going to fucking rape you one of these days, and you won't even know it."
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah, there's defiance in that. Taking back power.
It's not about revenge, it's about survival.
Finding strength in the face of trauma.
And challenging the perpetrator.
Right, you might have violated me physically, but you won't break me.
Exactly. And the way he uses the word rape there.
Yeah, he flips it.
Turning the tables.
Reclaiming the word.
But I do wonder if that language, even with the intended meaning, could be misinterpreted.
Oh, absolutely. It's a delicate balance.
It is.
And the impact of those words can vary so much depending on the listener.
Oh, sure.
Now, some argue that the bridge lyrics, which Cobain wrote later, they reflect his own struggles.
With fame.
Fame and the media scrutiny.
Yeah, the relentless media.
The line, "My favorite inside source, I'll kiss your open sores." Some believe that's directed at the media.
Interesting.
So it's personal and political, this blend.
A visceral response to sexual violence, but also a commentary on fame.
And then you've got the chorus, "I'm not the only one."
Haunting.
It takes on a whole new meaning in this context.
It goes beyond just sexual assault, maybe suggesting his family was being hurt too.
Courtney Love, the public, the press, yeah.
It broadens the scope of the song.
Like he's saying, look, this isn't just happening to me, this is happening everywhere.
To all sorts of people.
In different ways.
And that's what makes Rape Me so powerful.
It's a song that's open to interpretation. It invites the listener to engage with these complex themes.
Absolutely, it's uncomfortable.
It's thought-provoking. It's unforgettable, and we've only just scratched the surface.
We haven't even touched on the recording process with Steve Albini.
Or the controversy surrounding In Utero's release.
So much more to unpack with Rape Me. So we were talking about how the lyrics kind of shift.
Yeah, from like a personal outcry against sexual violence.
Right.
To this commentary on fame and media.
That duality makes it so interesting.
You can interpret it on all these different levels.
Exactly, each one revealing something new.
And that's what great art does.
It makes you think, makes you question.
Makes you
Rape Me doesn't give you easy answers.
No, not at all.
It challenges us.
To confront uncomfortable truths.
About ourselves, about the world.
Even other musicians, like Tori Amos.
Strong feminist perspective.
Yeah, she's interpreted in different ways.
Focusing more on reclaiming power.
Then you've got a reverend.
From the Church of Kurt Cobain.
Totally different world.
Seeing it as a cry for help.
It's wild how one song can do that.
It really shows the power of art.
Connecting with people.
On a personal level.
Yeah, and to your point about the power dynamic.
Yeah.
Cobain, he flips the script.
On sexual assault.
He doesn't portray the victim as passive.
No, there's defiance there.
Refusal to be broken.
You might have violated me.
But you won't silence me.
You won't erase me.
I will survive this.
He's taking ownership of the experience.
Turns it into strength.
But using that word, rape.
So directly.
Unapologetically.
It's bound to be controversial.
That title is jarring.
Yeah.
Triggering for some, for sure.
That's the risk Cobain took.
Confrontational.
Making people engage with that word.
With that act.
The reality of it all.
He sparked debates, discussions.
Forcing people to confront their own beliefs.
About sexual assault, about art, about censorship.
He pushes those boundaries.
And those conversations are still happening.
They are. Now, some people, they argue that Rape Me does more harm than good.
That the title itself is harmful.
Regardless of his intention.
And I get that. Words have power.
Especially for survivors.
Hearing that word over and over,
even in art,
can be so difficult.
It's a complex issue.
No easy answers.
We can acknowledge the potential harm,
but also recognize its power.
To challenge those norms.
Give voice to the voiceless.
It's not about glorifying violence.
It's about confronting it.
Head on.
And art is meant to provoke.
To challenge us.
Make us uncomfortable.
And that discomfort can lead to growth.
To change.
Now, let's talk about the music itself.
Yeah, we've been so focused on the lyrics.
The controversy.
We almost forgot about the sound.
The sonic landscape.
Of Rape Me.
It's interesting how the music kind of contradicts the title.
You'd expect this brutal sound.
Yeah, aggressive.
But it starts with this haunting guitar riff.
Almost delicate.
Like a lullaby.
Creates this stark contrast.
To the word.
There's vulnerability there in the beginning.
And then the drums kick in.
That driving energy.
The hand vocals.
Raw, visceral, full of pain and defiance.
The dynamics are fascinating.
Those shifts.
From quiet moments.
To these bursts of anger.
Like an emotional roller coaster.
Mirroring the lyrics.
It's unsettling, but also cathartic.
And then that scream.
At the end.
Primal release.
Like he's holding back everything.
It just lets it out.
You're left breathless, drained.
But also strangely empowered.
Powerful ending.
To a powerful song.
It continues to resonate.
Decades later.
It speaks to something deep inside us.
Something primal.
Beyond the lyrics.
This feeling of being powerless.
Violated, fighting for survival.
Acknowledging the darkness.
But also a glimmer of hope.
We're not alone. We've covered so much.
But we're just scratching the surface.
Of this song's impact.
Let's look at its legacy.
Its lasting impact on music and culture. We've been talking about the lyrics, the music.
Yeah, digging deep.
But let's zoom out a bit.
Big picture time.
This song, it didn't come out of nowhere.
Right. Gotta consider the context.
Rape Me. Born in the early 90s grunge scene.
Raw, angsty, challenging everything.
And Nirvana, with Kurt Cobain.
They became the face of it.
Think about that time. Grunge wasn't just music.
It was an attitude.
This disillusionment, rebellion against the 80s, that slick rock.
Rape Me landed right in the middle of it all.
Fuel to the fire.
A song that broke all the rules.
Musically and lyrically.
Jarring, unsettling.
And a lot of people needed that.
Especially young people.
Validated their anger, their frustration.
Made the music industry pay attention.
The media, society as a whole.
Couldn't ignore it.
And beyond grunge, Rape Me came out when awareness of sexual assault was growing.
We talked about Anita Hill, the term date rape.
These conversations were finally happening.
Entering the mainstream.
So Rape Me was part of a bigger shift.
People were more willing to talk about these tough topics.
And Cobain, with his raw style.
He pushed that conversation even further.
Used his platform to give voice to the voiceless.
Challenged the norms, made people uncomfortable.
Whether you agree with him or not.
He sparked a debate.
About art and social issues.
Can music really change the world?
Can a song like this, with all its controversy,
make a difference?
Tough question.
It's been debated forever.
Art can provoke, challenge, inspire.
But can it change behavior?
Societal attitudes.
Are hard to measure.
I think Rape Me contributed to a shift.
Helped break down taboos.
Made it easier to talk about sexual assault.
Couldn't avoid the topic anymore.
And even with resistance, even censorship.
It popped up in pop culture.
The Simpsons, South Park, even Succession on HBO.
Courtney Love approved of that one.
She felt they got it. The true meaning.
It shows how powerful the song is.
Transcends time and context.
And that brings us to its legacy.
Rape Me. Still debated, analyzed, reinterpreted.
Decades later.
It challenges us to confront uncomfortable truths.
To think critically about art and its impact.
To talk honestly about sexual violence.
What is the role of art in society?
Can music make a difference?
Where's the line between expression and harm?
Big questions, no easy answers.
But wrestling with those questions, that's part of what makes Rape Me so important.
It's a song that stays with you.
Makes you think, feel, question.
And that's the power of it.
It's enduring relevance.
It's been a heavy one today.
But important.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Nirvana's Rape Me.
As always, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and check out our sponsor in the description below.
Thanks for listening.